battle.
Second event for the Legends is underway. It is Amanda 975. And keep in mind, Rich Froning, about an hour ago, just did a whole bunch of muscle ups.
Yeah, well, you know, he's older now. He's so much better. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. But just the fact that we have all these athletes out here, and the one I have to see all the way on the left-hand side of your screen there was Chris Spieler. Right there is Matt Chan, again, one of the other athletes that was in that original showdown, you know, down in California, just showing us how it's done.
And just about everybody done at the same time. Nico Salo's the only guy who's left on the rings. So I think really fast, this one's turning into a legit competition. These guys don't want to lose this.
I don't think anybody wants to. I think that whole phrase that Rose was talking about earlier about the ego part, yeah, the ego's back because no one wants to lose.
Rich Froning is through 17, now 18, so he's done with his first round. Graham Holberg is done as well. So the two of them moving back to the rings. And Jason Khalipa. We mentioned Matt Chan a little bit earlier. Rory McKernan has more on him.
Now, Bill, just wait for it to play out because you mentioned the speed of the competitors from the get-go. Matt Chan called his shot. He's known for going fast and taking chances. He said, I don't care what happens. I'm going head first and fast. I may not even finish this thing, but I'm going for it.
Back in 2012, when Matt Chan finished second overall at the CrossFit Games, there was an event in that competition called the rope sled event, and Matt Chan was the only guy to run between the rope and the sled. And I remember Cherie Chan saying to me, I told him, you will not walk. So he is used to going out hot.
Well, so we got Rich out there in the front. With, you know what? He's still a heavily competitor, trains as much as the normal competitors are doing. So I expect to be him there in the front. But Jason Khalipa, right off to the left-hand side of him, he's doing exactly what he did the first time. Came out, and he was actually winning his heat, but blew himself out and then started failing reps. All of a sudden, we see touch and go with Jason Khalipa. Now he's down to singles.
Rich Froning all by himself in the lead. Chris Spieler is starting to catch up, as is Dan Bailey. So Spieler, Bailey, Khalipa, Froning now on their final round of muscle ups. Spieler's on the far left. Dan Bailey's next to him. He's out of view of our camera right now. And Rich Froning quickly through his set of 5. There's Dan Bailey. And he is done. So Dan Bailey now moving into second behind Rich Froning. Bailey on the left, Froning on the right. And Rich Froning taking a look down at Dan Bailey.
You know what? Everybody wants to mess with Dan Bailey, even in the middle of a competition. That's amazing.
Rich Froning back in familiar territory, and that's winning an individual event. Dan Bailey's going to finish second.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes Chris Spieler ahead of Jason Khalipa, and now Khalipa's in. Graham Holberg is your leader on the floor.
And you know, hey, I got to say something about Chris. He beat his time. He beat his
That's
time from back in
incredible.
the day. But he did what he always does. He moves so well on those muscle ups and then, you know, just handle it singles on those snatches.
Tommy Hackenbrook on the right side of your screen is on his final set of snatches as Graham Holberg comes in. The beard plays, Bill. It really does.
I like it. Plus the headband. He's rocking that white headband again. I like it.
Hackenbrook, Matt Chan, Josh Everett, and Nico Salo still on the floor, and Hackenbrook gets across the head of Chan. As Chan looked down the floor and said, I'm going to let you go. Now here comes Josh Everett. We mentioned the split snatch. That was something he was known for.
Yeah. Well, and the reason he said that he did it was because he didn't have the flexibility in his shoulders. He wasn't able to get that tilt of his torso, so this allows him to be more upright. And if you get it down, like he has it down, I mean, he moves really well with it. And he's been able, I mean, this is relatively lightweight. He's been able to do big weights with that, which is impressive.
Josh Everett is in, and Nico Salo is back for his set of 5, and he is power snatching that weight. Rory McKernan told us he's got a bit of a shoulder injury he's nursing, so being safe and just why not touch and go him while you're at it.
Hey, you know what? Finish strong. That's the machine right there. Love it.
And Nico Salo is across there. Every man in the Legends category gets it inside that time cap. Salo being congratulated by his fellow competitors. And now they're all going over to Rory McKernan. I don't know who he's going to interview, as it looks like Khalipa's got something going on the floor here. But one more look at the start, and look, if you didn't know this was a Legends category, I mean, you would figure this was an individual heat that we're looking at right here.
I know. Man,
I was amazed at these guys being able to touch and go 135.
I tell you what, there aren't many times when we're doing this stuff up here, Sean, that I get like chills watching it. This isn't a final. This is an event, and I'm like a little schoolboy right now.
Well, I don't know if
really excited.
When the last time was we ever saw, or if ever, we've ever seen this collection of athletes on the floor at the same time.
Never. We've never had this, anything like this. And that's impressive.
Rich Froning having some fun with Dan Bailey and getting the crowd behind him. Froning, 2:52.33 seconds as both he and Dan Bailey go sub-3 as Chris Spieler, Jason Khalipa, and Graham Holberg rounding out the top 5. Let's send it down to Rory McKernan, who is with Matt Chan.
All right, we've got all the gentlemen here. Matt, I'm going to go to you first because in addition to being an amazing athlete, you're extremely eloquent, and I feel like on social media, you really put into perspective what's special about this group of people. There was no playbook back then. Run that down. What was so important about these athletes to the sport of fitness?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you guys. For the last 10 years, 11 years of the CrossFit Games, the one thing that's always been constant is you, the fans. Thank Bill and Katie for having us, the Legends, and having the outlet to do this. This has been such a great experience for me, and I know for every one of these guys, because of both Rogue Fitness and the fans. So my big take on the Legends is that this group of people had the opportunity to set the bar high, very high, with integrity, with sportsmanship, with camaraderie. We made a blueprint so that you guys could see the sport of CrossFit excel to what it is today. And I thank God for the opportunity to be a part of that with these people and you people. So thank you.
Mr. Spieler, come here, Chris. Your last retirement was very iconic, your departure from the tennis stadium. How does it feel to be back on the competition floor with these guys?
You know, it's funny, we've all been talking about how we know we're not gonna let each other down, but we're psychos, so we worry about letting you guys down. And, you know, Amanda at the Home Depot Center was like such a vivid, awesome memory for all of us. There's this sense of we don't want to try to replace it, but you guys did us justice, and this doesn't replace but rivals every bit of it. So thank you so much, guys.
Come here, Mr. Bailey. You're here with the Legends. You're recovering from injury. But these guys rival any individual competition that you could be in. How, depending on how this weekend goes, can we expect to maybe see you make a run back for the CrossFit Games?
What do you guys think? You know, we'll see how my body handles it. That's going to come first. My health is going to come first before the fitness. So I'm taking it one day at a time. If God puts it on my heart, then I'll go back there. But I'm so grateful for all these guys here. They were all there in 2010. I didn't make it that year, so they all inspired me in 2011 to get to the games, compete in the Open, and pushed me to get to where I got today. So thankful for all of you guys. Thank you so much.
You've all inspired us. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, your male athletes in the Legends competition.
After 2 of 4 events in the Legends competition for the men, show you the standings. Why not? We are keeping score here.
I mean, there's
Dan
always a
Bailey,
score.
100.